The Blitz, high school football from the field to your screen. Sponsored by Mocse Credit Union and KW Recovery Lab.
Welcome to The Blitz. I'm Frankie Tovar.
What's up? I'm the new guy. Just kidding. I'm Eddie Ruiz. I just don't have any facial hair this week.
I know, what a weirdo. He shaved his beard.
Hey, that's what happens when you place a wager in fantasy football. Just giving you a heads up. Be careful. Your friends might mess with you.
That is what happens in a contest. There's a winner and there's a loser. And the same can be said for the game we're covering tonight. Turlock High versus Gregori High. Wow. And who was the winner of this matchup, Eddie?
It was Turlock by a lot.
Turlock High by a lot. 63-21, by far the highest scoring game that we've covered this season.
Yes, by far it is. And then you take a look at the total yards. It was very lopsided when you take a look at total yards. Turlock had 574 to Gregori's 237, and they held Gregori to just 63 second half total yards, which is very, very good.
Another crazy number. Turlock's first half yardage, 372 yards. That's more than Gregori's total yardage for the entire game. Wow. So the Bulldogs put in work, and they advanced to 4-0 in the C-Cal, setting up a crazy, crazy matchup for the Harvest Bowl, like we've been saying all season. But whoa. Before we get to that, let's check out these Friday night highlights. Because there's a lot. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
We kick things off with Turlock's first possession, and the first carry goes to Lucas Curtis. The senior back picks up 27 yards on this carry, and he's down at the 27. A few plays later, Anthony Freyes gets the call. He lets it ring once, then answers with a 15-yard gain. Ooh, look at that second effort, setting up Kurt Dog for a 6-yard touchdown run. He reaches across the goal line, and it's 7-0. Turlock with 7 minutes and 19 seconds left in the first quarter.
And check out this 3-and-out. Turlock is marching. They're going to score again on this drive, by the way. Jonah Kozakevich, that's a 22-yard pickup. This guy ended up rushing for over 150, which is nuts. And check out this. He's doing it with his arm as well. Cam Sherwood, 18-yard pickup. That's a first down. They're marching into Gregori territory. Just a couple plays later, Jonah Kozakevich, like we said, dude, I mean, this kid can do it with his legs. He did it all night. 17-yard pickup. He worked hard for that. And this next play right now, it's going to be 21. That's Anthony Freyes. 3-yard touchdown run makes it 14-0 with 1:17 left in the first.
And after another 3-and-out, the Bulldog offense is back on the field, and that's a sweet catch from Holden Baldwin for 13 yards, followed by a monster of a play by the quarterback, Kozakevich, to cap a 3-play drive. He's running with the pack for a 55-yard touchdown to make it 21-0 early in the second. But let's rewind that right quick, because I need a second look at the play of the game. Kozakevich practically runs past the entire Gregori defense right here, proving just how much of a dual threat he really is. Oh boy.
Oh yeah, and then Gregori, they're going to end up scoring in this one. It's going to be the first score drive for them. Check out the quarterback. I don't even know this guy's name. It's Baker Melendez, though. He's connecting with his buddy, number 21, Titus McClendon. That was an 11-yard pickup. And then he's doing it with his legs, a 16-yard pickup, Melendez. He had a couple sparks, however, the second half, they didn't do nothing my way. But you guys will see that. And he's doing it with his arm again. Or no, with his arm. What am I thinking, man? This guy's running it. 25-yard pickup, but it's a flag. We saw that all night. Lots of flags. But that's all right. They get a 1-yard touchdown run, and it's 21-7 with 8:04 left in the second.
And on the very next play from scrimmage, it's Curtis with a cutback. He's seemingly on his way for a huge chunk of yards, but he's stripped of the ball. Corey Lattin recovers for Gregori, and the turnover proves to be a huge momentum change. Melendez drops back. He scrambles to his right, and then he scrambles to his left. Then he does a little spin, and then he goes back to his left again. Oh my goodness, he looks like Aaron Rodgers out there. He connects with Travian McClendon for 43 yards. And on the next play, the quarterback finds Titus Riney for a pickup of 10. He gets the ball, and he's down inside of the 5, setting up a 3-yard touchdown plunge from the Rhine man himself to cut Turlock's lead 21-14.
Hey, that's chill, though. Turlock, man, they're going to score a lot more points. A lot more points. Freyes, this is a 13-yard pickup. He was plunging and just running over everybody. I feel like all game. That was awesome. And then Kozakevich, 11-yard pickup. Then they're going to end this drive. A 9-yard touchdown run with Freyes makes it 28-14 with 4:06, I believe, left in the second. Not bad.
Not bad at all. And here's something we don't see every Friday. And in fact, this might be the first for the 2018 Blitz season, and it's Trey Longstreth with the honors. That's right, it's a kickoff return for a touchdown and a 96-yard return at that. He takes a final look back before hitting pay dirt, and just like that, the score is 28-21, but it won't be for long because Turlock responds with a 4-play scoring drive. Here's Kozakevich with a 45-yard run that would be candidate for play of the game. if it weren't for a flag. Oh no, he pony steps, then he
flags.
stretches. But man, that's impressive, even though it's wiped off the board. But it's okay, because Kozaks still scores. He drops back and hits Miguel Pena for 38 yards. That's a touchdown to extend Turlock's lead 35-21, and that's the halftime score.
Now we're kicking off the third quarter just the right way, the way Turlock wants to do it. And here is Lucas Curtis, 11-yard pickup, not too shabby. And then Kozaks, this kid, again, I mean, we're seeing him all night, honestly. If you were at the game, you saw it, a 17-yard pickup. And then the play right after, a 26-yard touchdown run. He makes it look fairly easy. I think it's 42-21 with 10:32 left in the third.
And Turlock's D, once again, they do its job and forces a punt. The ball sails right into Dalton Lynn's hands, and Dalton Lynn takes the ball right through Gregori's coverage for a 30-yard return. He's dodging tackles, and he's down in Jaguar territory. And 2 plays later, Pena is in the end zone thanks to a beautiful pick play on the slap pass. It's a 34-yard touchdown, and the score is now 49-21.
With 2:41 left in the third, they're going to try a fake punt. That is Gregori, but Turlock, man, they're not full, so they're going to get the ball right back. 2-play scoring drive from the 3-25. That is Kyle Rumayor, and it's 56-21 with 2:04 left in the third.
It's about time to put a fork in this game. Rios Rogers has the ball, and it looks like he has a 57-yard touchdown, but a penalty brings it back. So instead of Rogers sealing the deal, it's Lynn with the final touchdown from 15 yards out, and that's the final score of 63-21. The Bulldogs win, and they look ready for the Harvest Bowl. Man, I'm out of breath after that long highlight section. I hope you guys really enjoyed it.
Yes.
I know we enjoyed watching it. And before we break down more about the game and those plays that you saw, let's recognize our sponsors, Mocse Credit Union and KW Recovery Lab. Now, this has been a long season, Eddie, and I'm looking to take a vacation really soon, but I think I might need an RV, and in order to get an RV, I might need a loan. What do you think I should do?
I think you should hit up Mocse Credit Union, because if you want a loan, any sort of loan, auto loan, toy loan, home loan, there's no place to look any further. Go to Mocse Credit Union on Gear and let them know that the Blitz, Eddie and Frankie sent you. Frankie, you know, I was listening to Joe Rogan's podcast, and you mentioned something about cryotherapy or something like that. I'm really just curious if there's a place in the area where I can maybe go check that out.
Yeah, there's actually a place in Turlock where they have cryotherapy, KW Recovery Lab, and they want all the high school athletes to go try it out. That's right, KW Recovery Lab can help you with injury prevention to get ahead of the game. They have ice baths, whole body cryotherapy, like I said, a Normatec lounge area. They have Mark Pro E-Stem, Hyperlace recovery products, Kinesio tape, and much more. And if you come in for one session, get the second one half off. So recover as hard as you train with KW Recovery Lab. So we watched the highlight section, and one of the key players was Lucas Curtis with 12 carries, 98 yards, and a touchdown. And that's important to note. 9th touchdown in 3 games because he scored 8 in the last 2, 4 apiece. What a runner. He's sure to be a big impact player for Turlock next week.
He was, but the guy that really stood out, and he gave a lot of credit to his line and his entire offense, Jonah Kozakevich. The guy was 5 of 8, 129 yards passing, 2 touchdowns passing, and then rushing. He had 9 carries, 159 yards, and 2 touchdowns rushing. So that's 4 total touchdowns for him.
A total of 4 touchdowns for the entire game?
Yeah, man. And that makes him the KW Recovery Lab Impact Player of the Game. So let's check it out. I think we talked to him as well, man.
I think we came out and we played the game we needed to play. They needed this game. They needed to beat us to get into playoffs, so I think we ended that for them. But this secured our spot for playoffs. So now we'll be playing for 2 championships. I mean, our O-line and D-line played lights out tonight. Secondary played good tonight. Receivers blocked when they needed to block, made the catches that they needed to make. I just want to give all the credit to those guys and everything like that. We were here last year. Same with Pittman, so it feels amazing. And it's Harvest Bowl next week, and that's a game everybody looks forward to, and everybody knows that. We're going to get their best, they're going to get our best, and we're looking forward to it. I think this is going to be the most special one that we've played, just because I've grown up with the kids that we're playing, and they've grown up with us. And so for 4 years, we've been battling it out. It's our last year playing as crosstown rivals, so it's going to be something special, and it's going to be a lot of ups and downs, and it's going to be a fun game. Thank you, KW, for the Player of the Week, Player of the Game. I appreciate it. I'll be taking my center, Donnie, for holding it down up front, getting me the snaps when I needed them. He did great tonight.
And so, with 10 games down and 1 game left to go, there's only one thing that we can say. Harvest Bowl 15, because that's the game we're covering next week. Pittman High's at home. Turlock High will be the away team, and it's going to be a clash of perfect teams when C-Cal records come into play. 4-0. 4-0 for the first C-Cal title. Can you feel the electricity, Eddie?
I can totally feel it, man. It's going to be crazy. You take a look at Pittman's record, obviously 9-0, and they're chasing history.
Overall.
That's great, man. And 4-0 in league, not too bad. And you take a look at Turlock. I mean,
yeah.
Doing well too, Frankie.
So Turlock, they're chasing the 5th straight Harvest Bowl win to even out the series as much as they can. Right now it's 8-6. With this win, 8-7, and they're climbing on their way to even it out. Pittman does not want to let that happen.
No, they don't. And their offense has been able to do it. Their defense has been able to hold off opponents. Obviously, 30 points per game scored as far as league's concerned, and then they've allowed 14 points per game, which is actually pretty good. We just allowed 2 touchdowns.
That's actually really good. And Turlock is right there with them. 43 points scored per game. This is the average. And then 18 points allowed per game. Of course, Friday's score helped out with those averages a lot. I would say, though, despite what the numbers say, these two teams are very, very evenly matched.
Yes,
there was one setback that I thought would hurt Pittman. Denzel Steckren, he injured himself last week. He was out this week, but word on the street is he'll be back for Harvest Bowl.
Holy cow, and this is huge. Why? Because I, without a doubt, think he's one of the fastest guys in the C-Cal, especially receiver-wise. Without a doubt, when I've seen him, he's explosive.
Absolutely.
He is burning defenders, man. All the defenders that I've seen him face, he just smokes right past them. It's going to be a different story with Turlock.
He's a smart kid, too. He's a very smart kid, too, and that always lends itself. But this is why I think it's going to be a huge get for Pittman if Steckren can step onto the field and be healthy.
Yeah.
Because if you watch this game against Gregori could do nothing on the ground. It was when they turned to their passing game that they got things rolling. So I think that's what Pittman needs to exploit. As far as Turlock, I think their path to victory is simple. A solid rushing attack with their 2 running backs. I'm talking Curtis, I'm talking Freyas, and I'm talking, of course, even though he's a quarterback, he might as well be a running back. I'm talking Kozakevich. That trio, actually, I said duo, but it's really a trio. You always forget about the rushing quarterback, man.
Exactly. And they also have a receiver, big receiver in Holden Baldwin, and then you can't forget about Cam Sherwood.
And
then the line is stacked with talent, man. You have a guy like Mike Jeffis, who is a state wrestling medalist, and then Everett Johnson, who's basically getting over 10 offers from multiple D1 schools. Yeah, so he's a monster. I agree with you there. I think it's going to be one in the trenches, but again, man, that's one of the things that Pittman is sort of special in.
Pittman has a good winning game too, right?
They do. They have Peyton Bass, they have Jacob Partita. These dudes are breaking records. Vasquez, Garza, excuse me. I mean, honestly, the list kind of goes on for both in some ways. So you're right. It's kind of going to be pretty evenly matched. And, it's so difficult to predict this, but I will tell you what, watching Turlock tonight, they're way more physical than I thought, way more physical than the first game I saw earlier in the year from them. I think Pittman, watching Pittman play, they should just be
looking out for it.
My prediction is Pittman, look out for Turlock being extremely physical. The way I saw them play tonight, wow, I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying.
And we weren't at the Pittman versus Downey game.
No,
Angelina covered that one, but Pittman, they eked it out to get that win.
Yeah.
They're proving that they're tough, they can play through adversity, and that they're not afraid to step up to a challenge. So that means next week is going to be nothing but fire. I can't wait to see the smoke rise over Joe Devlin Stadium to see who walks away as the winner of the 15th Harvest Bowl. I can't believe it's been that long.
It's crazy.
You do not want to miss it. You can catch that episode next week at turlockjournal.com. You could also find some special previews. We're going to talk to the coaches. We're going to talk to a few players and see what their perspective is on the big matchup. And of course, you can find all the previews and all the behind-the-scenes content online on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Turlock Journal. So until next week, I'm Frankie Tovar.
And I'm Eddie Ruiz.
Good night.